Good evening, everybody. We got here a 1v1 Arabia matchup with two classic civilizations and two fantastic players. So let's get right into it. We do have Yo playing as the Huns, and his enemy in the blue is going to be Leireyy playing as the Magyars. So, of course, Huns, one of the classic 1v1 Arabia civilizations. There was a point in time about, I guess, 7-8 years ago, 1v1 Huns matchups. That was all we saw all the time. And the enemy, of course, being the Magyars, very strong cavalry civilization and one of the top 1v1 civilizations, especially with that early scout rush. Very, very strong. So let's take a quick look into the maps. First and foremost, he has a fairly wallable map, forward berries, but he does have this beautiful back gold and back stone. Pretty easy to wall in, but still will require quite a few houses and barracks and little palisades to be fully walled in. So not ideal, but better than nothing, as he is pushing in the deer already before bringing in the boar. So that is good to see. And then when we take a look at Leirey's base, a lot more open. Really, Leireyy got the short end of the stick with this. He's lucky he's got this back gold that can be easily walled in, especially if he goes to his town center. But the forward berries and absolutely nothing to help him up front. So he's going to need to be aggressive. So good thing he has those quick scouts that can start a little bit of aggression early on. But definitely the advantage when it comes to the map goes to Yo. Way further ahead right there. Now, both of these players are top level 1v1 and team game players. Leireyy not playing quite as much anymore. He took a little bit of a hiatus, but such a fast player. One of the fastest players in Age of Empires for sure, and well known for his quick micro and for his ability to just completely demolish the enemy, specifically with archer civilizations and in team games. And then Yo, he's been around for years. He's been a top level 1v1 and team player for many years and has won multiple events. So all around good player, but I'd say Leirey's a little bit faster than Yo, and bit of an advantage there. And Yo having a bit of trouble with this boar just because of the berries. Losing a little bit there, but shouldn't be a problem, as the boar will be taken out by the town center and not too much wastage at all, as both of these players now are going to be collecting up berries and now scouting out the enemy. So Yo has seen his map, he knows what he's dealing with, and of course Leireyy is in the same position, just circling around, seeing where wall-off potential is, seeing where resources are sitting, and pushing in the Ibex when possible. So both of these players really going heavy early on, want to get that quick feudal age. So want to have as much hunt as possible just because it's that much quicker. So as you can see, lots and lots of villagers on food for Leireyy to begin with. Even like both of these players really wanting a fast feudal age, and both these players will be clicking up shortly, as we do see 19 villagers for each. Loom coming in for Yo, and he has clicked up to the feudal age. And then when we take a look at Leireyy, he should be clicking up any second here, and there you go, he clicks up now. So little bit of an advantage for time for the Hun player, but the Magyar player will be right behind him, as both players are now going to take a look at the enemy, see what's going on, and Leireyy here running right into the map, and Yo does spot where the enemy TC is. So Yo's going to know where the town center is. He sees those berries, he sees that gold and the stone, and Leireyy spotted the berries, is going to loop around and see this barracks. That barracks, of course, being set up for the next age, and barracks coming up in response for Leireyy, as both of these players will want that barracks down by the time they hit the next stage, just to ensure that they can build a stable or an archery range right off the bat. And here we go. The walls starting off for Yo, just walling off a little bit in the seconds awaiting, and oh my goodness, I did not notice this. Yo didn't see his last 2 sheep, so he's gonna see it now. He probably thought Leireyy stole those sheep from him, but he spots the sheep now just in time, as there's only about 30 food left on the one underneath the town center. So stable coming up for both parties, and the Hun player, of course, walling's always a little bit different for Huns, just because you don't have those houses that can add to your wall. Like if you look at Leirey's base, quite a few houses along with the barracks, stable, and a few palisades here and there. But luckily, Yo has the proper map, so he doesn't need to worry too much, as he's just going to wall in his wood line like this. That should be enough for him now. Both players now scouts on the map, and we will start to get to that point where the upgrades are going to be important. So +1 already in for the Magyar player. That is a big deal, because that +1 means that scouts 1v1 will always go in favor of the Magyar player until that upgrade comes in for the Hun player as well, or even +1 defense. And this villager looks like it gets caught out, but gets a few hits. The villager won't go down and will complete these walls. In the meantime, the 3 scouts able to attack, and 2 scouts on the berries here will cause problems for Leireyy, and Yo knows that. So he is going to pick off a villager and probably will, for free, lose some HP. A little bit of a mistake there. Also, hole in the wall here for Leireyy. So that's a good thing that that was noted, at least. And both players now scouts on the field, and a little bit more for Leireyy than for Yo. But Spearmen can change the tides of battle in these early scout matchups, and 1 free shot means a weakened scout right off the bat. But now we've got 5 Magyar scouts. They can engage against this Spearman no problem and take him out without losing too much HP, all things considered. The walling is being completed by Leireyy, and honestly, a great job for him to find opportune walling to keep that gold safe, to keep his wood lines and his farms safe as well. Even going to wall around the farms to make sure that he is fully protected, as Yo is trying to find an entrance somewhere, and a stable coming up for Yo, not yet up for Leireyy. Both of these players now dancing around a little bit. When we take a look at farms, we've got 11 farmers, total of 16 on food, and it looks like it's going to be pretty close. A few more farms for Yo, but pretty close as far as food numbers. Both players having 16 and 17, so they will start to save up for that next age. And here we go, an archery range getting dropped for the Magyar player as the scouts go forward, and not a good engagement to be engaging against 2 spearmen, and a third one comes in. While the scouts will be able to take that out, that is a big loss, losing that much HP right off the bat. And now these scouts are running around weakened and in the back of the base, so will get caught out by the stronger scouts of Mr. Yo. And another scout goes down, so Leireyy down to just 2 scouts forward, and chooses to engage, takes out the weak scout of Yo, and now Leireyy is saving up for the next age, and he gets his blacksmith down as well to make sure that those upgrades are in. Honestly, good play there by Leireyy to pick off where needed. He does have the tech advantage for his scouts, and when he gets that hill bonus, it just adds a ton to that as well. So, all things considered, could have been a lot worse for Leireyy, but he is down to just this 1 military, and that is basically just a starting scout. So he is fully vulnerable, but is going up to the next age. 14 farms, he's got villagers on gold. This looks like a cavalry archer build, and he is looking to bump up his economy behind that. And Yo, in the meantime, is going up to the next age. He has his stable. No archery range for Yo. Of course, both of these players well known for their cavalry archers. Both of these civilizations, I mean, well known for their cavalry archers. Two of the strongest cav archer builds in the game. And all things, once again, Leireyy able to keep this scout alive, takes out the scout. So just 1 weak scout on the field for each of the players, as the wall off is completed now for Leireyy, and both players pretty close for points. And I don't know if Leireyy sees this. He thinks he is fully walled, and he is not. This scout is very weak, and so won't be able to do too much damage once it gets in, but could have been absolutely horrible. And I think Yo just noticed that and turned back around, wanting to save that opportunity for when he has multiple cavalry archers on the go. Skirmishers already out for Leireyy, and nothing else as of yet. He is a bit faster to the next stage, so he drops his second town center. He wants to build up his economy as much as possible and also protect this front, just to make sure that this wood line is safe and these farms as well. So that will give him a little bit more protection, and we'll likely see a town center dropped on this other side as well once we see a little bit more wood coming in. He doesn't have the economy right now to be floating the resources to be doing a 3-town center boom and defending with military, but choosing to go for skirmishers. He sees that there are multiple archery ranges. He only sees the 2 right now. He doesn't know that there are 4, and there's going to be 4 cavalry archers coming out at a time, and that'll be able to pick off a spearman like nothing else. So 4 cavalry archer production, 1 town center for Yo, and there we go. 3rd TC going up on this gold and wood. Very good. Good positioning. And right now we see, moving forward, the first few cavalry archers as well as a villager to build a forward siege workshop. This is a classic Hun game now. We see the scouts off the bat and then a switch into cavalry archers and a siege push. This is exactly what we used to see so many times. Both of these players were around back in the days of 1v1 Hun matchups. And so this is going to be nothing new for either one of them. But Yo, of course, having a little bit of a military advantage. But with that military advantage, he is going to start to fall behind for economy, especially with the 3rd town center that just got up. So 3 town centers, all producing villagers. That is tough to maintain that much villager production. He has enough farms on the field to maintain that villager production, but he's going to need a lot on wood and a lot on food just to ensure that he can keep building the villagers that he needs. This mangonel coming out will be able to negate everything that Leireyy will have on the field, as there will be only skirmishers in response, as the siege workshops going up for Leireyy on the front, but it's going to get denied by these cavalry archers and the mangonel that are coming forward. Mangonel takes out 1 villager and might just get another couple, and the siege workshop actually just makes it up. 2 villagers fall in order for that siege workshop to make it, but that is going to be worth it, as a defensive mangonel is going to be all that Leireyy has. And here we go. I missed it, but that was so smart of Yo. Loops around. He saw that hole in the wall earlier with that scout, and he loops around and he is able to take out villagers. How many villagers did I just miss? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 villagers fall. That's the entire lead of those town centers gone out the window, and no cavalry archers even damaged. Such a big misstep by Leireyy. That is a really big deal, as the cavalry archers now attacking on this town center, but unable to do too much damage, as elite skirmisher does come in, but the cavalry archers able to attack on so many different angles, hitting this wood line just out of the range of the town center, and then able to engage against the mangonel, distract the mangonel while he shoots with his own and not able to fully take out the Mangonel, but able to do it now. And so Yo is playing this so well, as the Mangonel on the front will fall eventually to the Cavalry Archers unless these skirmishers are able to engage. And nope, Mangonel does go down, even the villager helping out there to make sure that it goes down. Cavalry Archers surrounding Leireyy right now and looping back around will take out this villager that made this house wall. And Cavalry Archers just so annoying to deal with because they're so fast, especially with skirmisher defense. Very difficult to save yourself against, and nowhere really for Leireyy to go. So he is trapped for now, but he does have Mangonels out, and he does have a little bit of aggression. In the meantime, Yo has added that TC and is booming a whole bunch as he sends multiple cavalry archers forward at any time, and adding a stable too. So might be adding in some knights, wants to make sure he has something to take out the skirmishers and the mangonels, and 1 or 2 knights, light cavalry, something like that might be enough, as the skirmishers are able to take out the cavalry archers, not quite able to take out a mangonel, but able to engage nonetheless, as the mangonel here engaging with the skirmishers. Cavalry archers able to micro around, but the mangonel gets repaired. But just look at this, look at all of the dead bodies, all of the delays, and though Leireyy does have the stronger economy with numbers of villagers, he still has the less efficient economy. And that is a big deal, as the 3rd town center is now going up for Yo. And with that less efficient economy, it's very difficult to engage. And light cavalry now running in, able to engage against either skirmishers or the mangonel, and the mangonel gets the shot. This is now Leirey's game to win if he can, but I don't know if it's going to be possible, as another archery range is being dropped. He has the economy, he's defending pretty well. Of course, it is Leireyy, he can bounce back, and good engagement there, takes out a mangonel. The cavalry archers able to take out another villager, but lose a cavalry archer in the meantime, and then light cavalry running in and engaging. With that high pierce armor, they can sit underneath the town center fire. They can soak up as many skirmisher shots as Leireyy is willing to send. But both players know that the longer this game is, the more cornered Leireyy is going to feel. And he has an escape route here. Might try to sneak out with a couple of villagers, but that's going to get spotted by Yo. Great game sense by Yo, and great ability to really control the map and maintain that control. These cavalry archers will have to loop around if they don't die from the skirmisher fire. Bit of a misstep there, but that's all right. 2 cavalry archers will be enough to take out this villager here, and that is in the line of sight of Yo, as knights are now on the field. Light cavalry, knights. This is a great Hun war, and this is exactly how you should play the Huns if possible. Adding in that melee is just going to destroy anything that the enemy has. Now, cavalry archers coming out for the Magyar player of Leireyy, able to take better engagements, but still not at those high numbers yet. And now the melee units are in. The cavalry archers going to do a little bit to soak up the damage, but not enough against the knights. The mangonel goes down. The knights continue to run around, and another siege workshop being dropped on this side here as that villager was taken out. So many villagers lost. 25 villagers killed so far for Yo. That is a huge number, and that number is only going to continue to climb as Leireyy has had to use these villagers to protect. This might be it for Leireyy. As a university comes up over here, we will see ballistics coming in, and the cavalry archer defense is good and is better than the skirmisher defense, especially with these knights involved, but I don't think it's enough as more villagers fall on this wood line once again. This siege workshop still up as the only siege workshop for Leireyy, but the cavalry archers and the mangonel engaging quite well. So big benefit here. Cavalry archers, of course, having such high HP and such a fast mobility that it's tough to really defend against them when they're attacking on all sides. Good mangonel shot on this wood line. So many idle villagers for Leireyy. This is pretty much it for Leireyy. He's getting defenses, but those defenses also coming in for Yo as a monastery is coming up on the front. Probably going to start collecting up relics at this point, as we do see knights out in response, but still not quite enough. Leireyy has to call it, yo, just playing to perfection how you want to play the Huns, and really taking control of the map early on. And the turning point, that scout that spotted this hole and ran away, that is exactly how you have to play it. Don't give your hand away too early. Instead, he waited till he had a few cavalry archers ran in, took out those 8 villagers, and there was nothing from then on that Leireyy could do to push out. He just had to defend from all angles. Fantastic play.